Welcome, dear Thriver, to Thriver TV, and today I want to talk about how do you go from the horrors of holidays to your healing liberation, because we hear from so many of you, and it's completely understandable, that holiday time can feel so painful. You're so triggered, you're feeling resentment, you may even feel vengeful. And victimization can be such a strong feeling, and it's really understandable because holidays can be triggering at the best of times. There's so many dynamics going on. There can be power plays and control and having to get together with people that you may not want to usually get together with, and so on and so forth. And arguments and things happen at holiday celebrations anyway. But then on top of it all, what you may have is a narcissist who is grandstanding their new life all over social media. They could be with a new supply and they're posting about their incredible times and their holidays away and how magnificent and wonderful their life is, because this is just what narcissists do, especially when they have new supply, and especially when they can be narcissistically pumping up their own tires about look at me and look at my life at holiday time. I know it's very hard for you, for a lot of people, just like it was once upon a time extremely hard for me as well. So I want to look at this from the quantum point of view, because for me and for a lot of people in this community, going to that deeper quantum level, the bigger picture level, the deeper level, is what's able to take us out of an ordinary life into an extraordinary life and take us from the victim perspective of this is happening to me to a higher vibrational level of this is happening for me. And of course, this is not an easy leap at the start. But when you master it and when you start applying it to your life, you're going to start seeing the healing results. And so importantly, the relief very, very quickly. So how do we go from horrors to healing liberation? The first step in this always is to stop looking to the outside and being in the story of that, and stop and say, I bless and accept this feeling. I bless and accept this reaction that I'm having to what I'm seeing that's triggering me, the feelings that I have of loneliness and not being supported, and I'm not good enough to be loved, and my life isn't the way I thought it would be. I bless and accept this feeling. And then the next powerful mantra we can say is, what is this showing me that I can heal within myself to be the person who can and will generate healthy, supportive, genuine relationships? Now, I really want you to go back and listen to that again and be very, very clear that you are the only being in your life and in your existence that you can work on, that you can resurrect and change in order to change your experience. And now personal responsibility can be a very, very difficult thing to do, because you may say, well, why should I have to change? Why is it my fault? It's not your fault. But, and it's an important but, none of us have any power to be able to change people and situations out there to change our life. We just don't. And that's been the false premise. That's been the crazy thing, that we've wanted to change other people and what they're doing that's hurting us so that we can get our emancipation. But it never works. And then when it doesn't work, when we've tried reaching out, when we've tried texting or getting back in contact with the ex and saying, this is really cruel what you're doing, I can't believe that you've done that, I can't believe that I meant nothing to you, I can't believe that you've just moved on so easily, or whatever it is, I can't believe that you've introduced her or him to our kids. I can't believe that you're spending Christmases with our families and our friends. I can't believe, you know. And when we're doing that, especially with a narcissist, and trying to force them to change to feel better on the inside, well, first of all, you've handed the narcissist exactly what they want, which is the bullets to shoot you with. So they get to stand superior and say, well, look, I've got a good relationship, which, you know, scratch it and you'll see under the surface it's not. And it's on a pedestal at the moment. It's idealistic. It's not going to stay like that. But to them, and what they're grandstanding to the world is, look at me, I'm functional, I've got a great relationship, and look at you, you're a victim and you're blaming and your life is terrible and you can barely get out of bed, let alone function. And that is vindication to me that I was right and you were wrong. And the narcissist will use that against you to smear you, punish you, devalue and discard you even harder. But at the quantum level, what happens here is every time we try to change somebody else to change how we're feeling and what we're generating in our life, we're putting a cart in front of the horse that keeps rolling back on the horse, and we're the horse. Quantum law doesn't work that way. And we can stamp our heels and we can be a victim and we can say it's not fair and we aren't the bad one, and you can jump and scream like I did for years, but you keep getting squashed by the cart because it's defying quantum law. Quantum law doesn't work from the outside in. It works from the inside out. Because the truth is, you are a grand creator of your reality from your emotional vibration and your subconscious programming, which is the generative engine of your entire life. So if we leave the subconscious programming and the trauma, which is, you've left me, you're having a great life and a great holiday and you've got all the power and the happiness and the cars and the house and the new partner and you've got it all, well, then that's what your engine is saying. That's where you're vibrating. Life source says, I adore you so much, I will give you more of your being. If you're being that, that's all you're going to get more of. So no matter how much you try to change somebody or something to get your beingness back, they're only going to give you the evidence of your being. This is why it hasn't been working. So going back to when I said I bless and accept this feeling, what is this showing me? What is this teaching me? What can I heal within myself? What can I generate differently that puts you in your body, puts you in the driver's seat? And then when you get to that place, there's only one thing to do, which is to say what hurts. And when we have quantum tools, rather than going to somebody and sitting there at a couch or lying on a couch or sitting there opposite them and talking over and over and over and over and over again about what hurts and what's wrong, and where of course you're human and you feel unsupported and unfulfilled and unloved and your life is so painful, especially at holiday time, it's accentuated, and still staying stuck there. When you have quantum tools, you actually have the ability to do the work through your body, and you say, well, what hurts? And I've got this shocking feeling in my heart and my solar plexus like I want to die. And that's all you need to know. And you can load it up energetically and you can let it go. And with that could be a variety of beliefs in your love code. The people I love leave me. The people I love invalidate me. The people I love replace me, whatever it is. I'm not lovable. People don't hang around. People don't commit to me. People won't fight for me. Whatever it is. And you don't even need to know those love codes and those beliefs, because they're actually wrapped up. They're the glue that's holding that trauma, just that horrible feeling in your heart and solar plexus like you want to die. And with quantum freedom healing, And this is what I try to explain to people, and it's not until they start doing it they realize it. You have the ability to just feel it in your body, load it up. It takes all of those beliefs, those false premises, those painful false beliefs that are not who you really are at true self-source level. They've been programmed in by other people who also have false painful programming and separation consciousness, which is what our planet has perpetrated on everybody as a psychic disease. And you get to shed that disease, you get to fill with source and the light. And then what happens is you come back home to your belonging with source. And people in situations who aren't that, who don't have the capacity and the desire to meet you at integrity, honesty, teamwork, solution building, and unity consciousness, aka narcissists, become completely unappealing to you. You have up-leveled beyond them, and then you see them with the new supply and you go, oh yuck, you poor girl, you poor guy. You're going to have to go through what I did. And no longer are you obsessing, because you know at a deeper, wiser source soul level that that's their journey, that's their evolution to come home to themselves, just like you've now just claimed and graduated into. So this is a big conversation. Sometimes the inner being mechanics are not easy to explain in linear, sequential, logical ways that you can hear it. And that's why when you listen to my transmissions, you may just need to open your body and breathe and let it soak through your cells to understand what I'm saying. But what I do in my workshops and I'm going to talk about two things, but in my workshops and in my courses, I break it down for you in stages and steps with quantum freedom healing to give you the mind understanding, but most importantly, to give you the body shift so that after you go through a quantum freedom healing, you're not the same person. You're not that victim stuck in the trauma in your head, in the bandwidth of the trauma. You get the body shift of the trauma out and the light and source in, and then your mind changes the brain synapses wiring to reflect the body shift. There's a huge difference between trying to think your way out of it and quantumly shift out of it. And you really kind of have to do it. You actually have to do it to understand what I'm saying. Even though I know there's a part of you just hearing this knows that this could be true. So, for those of you that are really struggling with the horrors of holidays, it could be what I described. It could be alienation from your children, your loved ones. It could be fallouts with your family. It could be that you're just all alone. It could be that you know that there are narcissistic people who violate your boundaries and they smear you in front of people and they hook you for reaction, or they grandstand and they take the limelight and they disappear or do the silent treatment or create fights or whatever it is. You get triggered. You lose control of you. You have a horrible time, hence horrible holidays. So what I'm really passionate about for these holidays is jumping in there, providing you with a workshop that is quantum, that's going to take you through the steps plus a very powerful healing. No matter what the heartbreak is or the horrible situation, to be able to give you your healing liberation. So check out the link with this video. And if this sparks your interest, if you think there's got to be more to this than the life that is on the surface, A, I promise you there really is, and B, I'm going to totally explain it to you, and C, I'm going to show you how to actualize it. Come into the workshop. I can't wait to see you there. All right. So I hope this has got your interest, and lots of love, and keep smiling, healing and thriving, because there's nothing else to do. And when you go quantum, it gets very easy and powerful to do it. Lots of love. Bye-bye.